How to truly put God first in your finances. Hey everybody, it's me Serene, your financial coach and wealth strategist. What I do is I help women like you in your 40s and 50s achieve true financial freedom, peace, and wealth within your spirit, soul, and money so that you can start living out the financial plan that God has for your life. So, how to truly put God first in your finances. Well, I'm going to start with how you don't do it. And this is going to be a controversial, but hear me out. Tithing is not putting God first in your finances. Trust me when I tell you that. It is something, and this is how I was taught in the church. If you gave your tithes and offerings, that's putting God first in your finances. And after reading the word for a while, I kind of realized that that's not how you put God first in your finances. Hey, that's what I believe, and that's my point, and I'm going to stick to it. But how do you truly put God first in your finances? Well, you start by asking Him what He wants you to do with the money that He blessed you with. That's where you start. Where do you want me to sow this money into? Now, He can tell you give tithes. He can tell you to give offerings. He can tell you give it to the poor. I don't care. But honoring God and putting Him first that's how you do it, by asking what's important to Him, what's on His heart, what can your money help solve? What money that He is giving you that you can use to help solve a problem in the earth. That is how you truly put God first when it comes to finances. Now, I'm not against what any other pastor says, but this is how I learned to be more blessed than I've ever been, by stopping to ask God what's most important to Him. Because there are projects here on the earth that God wants us to be a part of, that He wants us to use the resources that He has given us to fund those projects on the earth. I call them God projects. It's feeding the poor, taking care of the widow and the orphan. Those are God projects. Those are the projects that God looks upon greatly, and He blesses those greatly when you give to the poor, the widow, and the orphan, and whatever other project that you want. But in order to truly put God first, you got to kind of go ask Him what's on His heart. What does He want you to do with that money? And if you're someone who wants to start that and want to have a better relationship with God when it comes to their money, check a sister out. That's what I do as a financial coach and wealth strategist. And when you truly put Him first, trust me, He's going to bless your socks off. He's going to bless your socks off. But you got to get into the habit of asking what's important to Him and not what you think is important to Him. That's assumption, and that's deadly. You can never assume you know what God wants. You can only know what God wants when you ask Him. So that's how you truly put God first in your finances. That's all I got. I love you to life. Thank you for watching, and I will talk with you soon.